Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ante Room, brought to you by Heart in Hand, the Modern Oddfellows Guide, at oddfellowsguide.com. If you want to learn more about the Independent Order of Oddfellows, please check out IOOF.org. Welcome to our first episode. Our guest today is Lucas Hess, who is looking into joining the Oddfellows, and we wanted to get an outsider's take on the perception of the order and how things look from the outside looking in versus from, people who are already inside the order and know what it's all about. Just a quick disclaimer, since this was the first time I was using the software to record the interview, I failed to record my own audio, and unfortunately I had to edit out all the parts where I was doing the questions and the back and forth banter that also came with it. So it seems like a little bit of a lonely one-person interview since I had to substitute in the question cards. But hopefully you enjoy it anyway. And if you do, please share it with all your friends and feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't already subscribe to the Heart and Hand blog, please do so over there. I will have links down in the description. And enjoy.
Okay, my name is Lucas Hess. I am 34 years old. I am a pretty boring guy. I work, and I have a small farm here in Florida. My wife and I, we have 53 chickens. No, I lied to you. We're about to have 4 more. So we're going to have 57 chickens in a garden. So we definitely like being with nature and such. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a normal everyday guy. I just like to hang out and, with a little penchant for the esoteric. I am currently not a member of any other organizations. And funny story, my first girlfriend, she was a Job's daughter. Her father was a Mason, and that's actually what originally got me into the Masons. I had not heard of them before that. And that kind of sparked the interest in the fraternal groups. It comes and goes as far as, like I said, in passing, I had heard of the Oddfellows, but nothing in depth. And, you hear of different, like the Rotary Club and, the Elks and all this other stuff. I never really paid it any mind until, my girlfriend, I found out her father was a Mason. That started all of that interest. I would say it started off more so just a curiosity. But as I got older, it became more so a self-improvement kind of thing. But I don't know, I just, like I said, it started off as a curiosity thing because there always is that conspiracy theory part of it. My viewpoint on things is, people fear what they don't understand. And any society or, organization with people are going to tend to, assume the worst. So for me, it was more of a, okay, let's find out what's really going on. And then it just became more of a, okay, so, I see what kind of stuff these people are doing. That's the kind of person I want. Well, your interview with the Masonic Light podcast is actually what really put the Oddfellows in my point of view. So like I said, I had heard in passing before that, but it was never okay, so this is what the Oddfellows is about. So I started listening to what you were saying on the podcast, and I was like, okay, that sounds like something I would be interested in. So I started doing more and more research on it, and, the fact that it seems to be a larger group of younger individuals, the fact that it's not just a bunch of, stodgy old men that are going to hang out. And the fact that it seems to me that it's more of an active, actually trying to do something kind of fraternal group. So, instead of just, discussing, well, what can we do? It's like, what are we going to do? It's more action, less talk. So that's really what sparked my interest in it. I think my first answer on that probably goes a little bit hand in hand with what I'm expecting and what I can provide. I'm kind of looking for an organization that I can actively make a difference in my community. So not only am I going to get an opportunity to make a difference, but I also have the opportunity to make that difference, provide the service that's going to make a difference. Whether it be different charities or doing work around the community. I mean, it's just an opportunity to think about more than myself. Um, Honestly, to me, I mean, it looks. I mean, I can't say I have much of a perception on it because I've just discovered it. Um, but overall, from what I've seen thus far, I mean, it looks like a good group of individuals that are actually trying to walk the walk. That they talk. It's one of those things. There's a lot of people that say they do stuff, but then actually finding groups that follow through with it, that's really hard to do. And so far, from what I've seen, the Oddfellows, it looks like a group that actually does the work that it says it wants to do. And so far, I mean, talking with you, talking with Scott, it's been, I mean, I can't say I've really talked to many more people who are Oddfellows, but, so far, I mean, you guys are great. And so far, from what I'm seeing, I mean, I've followed a few different lodges on social media, and just the amount of joy that these people have in what they're doing. Like, it's something that I think I definitely want to be a part of because, like I said, like you said, it's one of those things. It's finding a group that's not just stagnating, with all the older members that this is how I did it and this is how we've always done it. And, we're not going to change anything. I think there's a lot of people in our age group that are looking for purpose and are looking for groups to be a part of to actually accomplish our goals. Because we're tired of just sitting here and not making a difference. So I think that a batch of fresh blood will do good. And I think that like your interview with the podcast that you were on, I think that just having that out there is putting it in the viewpoint of everybody and showing that there is places for you to make a difference. And I think that's definitely what comes across to me. It's really a bunch of people that just really enjoy giving back, and it's hard to find nowadays, to be honest with you. That seems to be an issue with any fraternal group that you're looking at nowadays. Everybody seems, I mean, whether I talk to Masons or, Oddfellows or whatever the case may be, it always seems as though you've got that outlying contingent of old people that just don't want anything to change. But then you've got the group of people that are like, okay, so I know you guys are the future of this organization. Let's work together. And like you said, I think for us younger people, it teaches us not to come in and make demands. It teaches us to kind of, like you said, negotiate. You're gonna work with them. And I think that's part of the thing too, because with, I mean, I was born in '85. I dealt with the pre-computers and all that stuff, and then the digital age of everything. So, kind of had a taste of both. Like seeing younger adults nowadays, they just don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to sit here and have conversations and discussions. Everything is over screens. It's text. It's all this stuff. There's a lack of that interaction, and it's just people forget how to interact with each other. So having organizations like the Oddfellows it's nice because like you said, it teaches you these techniques, these ways to work with other people, to talk to other people, because a lot of people don't know how to do that anymore. This is actually something I feel pretty strongly about, just for the fact that I was about 21 years old when I first got interested in it. And yes, I know you're putting the two together. Your first girlfriend, 21. I was a late bloomer. What can I say? Um, but I had been interested in joining these fraternal groups for a long time, and being a trans man myself, joining an all male order when you are female bodied is not exactly conducive. So it's one of those things that I waited a long time. I waited a long, long time. And it's one of those things that unfortunately still. I mean, I know things are changing in England. UCLE, they've changed things up to actually have more acceptance for the LGBT community. But here in the United States, it's still kind of we're still struggling here. So to have organizations that are fully accepting, no matter race, religion, you know gender, whatever the case may be, it does not matter. It is very relevant nowadays because giving people like myself an opportunity to fit in without having to worry about who I am or what my past is. Or, it's like, hey, is anybody there's excuse the stuttering, but it's one of those things that is just you have that fear of not being accepted and knowing that there's organizations out there that aren't going to, I mean, they're judging you for you and accepting you for you. That's absolutely a wonderful thing to have. So I think it is completely relevant. It's definitely an organization that I think will come back into resurgence just because of that fact. Because there is, young LGBT uh, individuals that they're looking for a place to fit. Like I said, for myself, growing up, I think a lot of people want that place that's bigger than themselves to be a part of. They want a group to be a part of. And for myself, it's just I'm still on that quest. I'm still trying to find that organization. And for me, like I said, when I came across your interview on Masonic Light, I was like, this sounds good. I liked it. So I think the more kind of awareness that is raised that these organizations even still exist, I think it's a good thing. And I think that it'll give a lot of marginalized communities a place to fit in and a place to feel itself in the Oddfellows. It's one of those things knowing that it's a safe place, that you're going to be accepted, and you don't have to fear that negative reaction you get everywhere else. Oh yeah, absolutely. I I will be very honest with you. Like it's one of those things. I actually had a conversation with my wife about, and she was like, "No, this blows the lid wide open." And I was like, "I know, I know, but it's one of those things. I'm tired of tiptoeing around for fear of somebody finding out. If I can do anything to make it not necessarily easier, but make it a smoother thing for people to see, okay, there's somebody like me that's walking the same footsteps that I want to walk, like I said with you, it's so hard to find somebody that has the same kind of experiences in life that is interested in the same kind of stuff. And you're like, see, I found somebody that I can actually talk to about stuff that I like to talk to about. So if I can be that for somebody just by doing this with you, then absolutely.